Inhale and breathe, and on the exhale, release. And just try to focus here on the cycle of breath, just bringing awareness to the moment. Try not to judge your breath. Just simply pay attention and notice the inhale, the pause, and the exhale. And this is just a moment to ground ourselves. Your mind might still be racing from other things that have happened today. And that's fine if those thoughts come up. Just try to be gentle and bring them back. Bring yourself back to the breath. Continue to breathe. And on the next inhale, try to bring your attention and your awareness to the toes of your feet. Start by maybe bringing attention and awareness to the left toe and then to the right. See if you can bring your awareness to both toes. If one side is fighting more than the other, that's fine. Just see if you can notice that and be aware of that in the present moment. And if you like to visualize maybe a white spear of awareness on your toes, connecting them together through the energy, you're welcome to do that. Allow your awareness to start to travel down the smaller toes to the pinky. Let it follow around the outside rim of the foot. Try to really just feel the weight of your soul onto the ground. Gently just recognize the different points of the sole of the foot that connect to the ground. Maybe the big ball that's underneath the big toe, the little ball underneath the pinky, and the heel. And take a nice deep inhalation in and see if you can send this breath of energy all the way down into the bottoms of your feet, down into the soles, into this area of awareness. And on the exhale, allow that straight line of energy to sift back up and to actually just go all the way to the crown of your head and let it just go out through the nostrils on the exhale. Just notice here any sensations that are in your body, any feelings that come up for you in your emotions, or any thoughts that may be trying to gain attention. And it's just a awareness, it's just noticing, it's not with judgment. Continue back down towards the sole of the feet. We're going to bring that white spear of energy of awareness up through to our ankles. Imagine it turning around the ankles, the inside. Notice the outside ball of the ankle. Notice how thick maybe the ankle feels. Again, if there's any sensations in your body in this area, just notice it. Try not to change it. Keep your breath steady. Keep breathing. Slowly allow this awareness to travel up through the shin and around the calf muscle. Just notice the different parts of your calf and your shin. You have bones in this area. You have a muscle mass in this area. You have an interior and an exterior leg. All of these areas are connected to that ankle, and the ankle to the heel, and the heel to the sole, which also provides the support for you to continue to sit here in this meditation. Try to breathe into this area. Gentle inhalations and exhalations. Slowly the awareness continues to build up through the knees. Just notice the knee. See if you can notice the back of the knee, the side, the interior, where the knees sometimes may be knocked together if they touch each other. The exterior, which is just connected to the exterior of the leg that goes down into that ball in the heel that comes down the outer rim of your foot, down to your sole of your foot. Try to bring that energy back up the interior of the leg as it stretches, and the awareness comes all the way up to that knee once again. Try to wrap your beautiful energy around this knee area. This is a joint area, so you may feel extra sensations because of the joint. Just notice what that feels like. And if it doesn't feel like anything at all, that's perfectly fine. Start to wrap this awareness around the hamstring, through the inner leg, the upper thigh, towards the glutes, which are sitting in your seat. Allow yourself to be stable and secure here in your seat. Maybe you just press a little bit more into your sits bone that helps you to rise just a little bit more with your upper body. And just notice this, recognizing how one part of the body movement affects another part of the body. See if you can bring awareness to support and security here of your body, just holding you up into this space. And take a deep, wonderful breath here. Just feeling how this body sits in the sense of space. Slowly your awareness starts to come up from the thighs through to the hips, another joint area which can sometimes be tense. It can also be overused. There's also a lot of sensation that you can feel here. Try to pay attention to the sensation rather than the tension. See if your breath muscles can allow you to breathe in deep towards these hips. And when they do, just become aware of the other parts of the body that expand and lower as this breath tries to travel down towards the hips into the lower pelvic bowl. Bring awareness to this pelvic bowl and the different parts of the sacrum, the tailbone, coming up around the lower belly. And in this area, you may feel a lot of different sensations, and that's also because you have a lot of organs in this area. See if you can just hone in and focus on this area with your breath. You're also starting to get to your digestive system. Just notice if you feel full or empty. Maybe this affects the breath a little bit, but try not to judge it. Just take notice. Continue to breathe in and out as the breath starts to rise up a little bit closer to the navel. As it rises to the navel, just pay attention to what it maybe does to your back body at the same time. Do you feel any cracking as you bring the breath down into this area? Does it expand? Does it feel cut off? Or does it completely flow? And just notice that if you do this every day, you may have a different reaction every day. So try not to expect it being one way or the other. And just go with the present moment of today. And just try to be satisfied with that. Continue to inhale and exhale as you bring awareness up through to the windpipe, into the chest area. Feel your rib cage expand, and just notice the width of that expansion of your rib cage, how deep it goes and how long it is on the side body. See if you can fill it completely up with air, just serving yourself with as much oxygen as possible. And then on the exhale, see if you can allow it to be completely emptied. Maybe you allow your navel to touch down to your spine as you get out the last seeps of breath. And then on the inhale, you take that fresh new breath experience and you completely engulf. Without hesitation, allow yourself to just breathe in and out. Notice what this feels like on the inhale. Try to pay attention to the pause. And then on the exhale. Keep breathing up. And as your breath continues to rise, allow it to come up towards your chest, where your heart is, your lungs. What does it do to your clavicle bones, those bones on the front of your front body, right above your breastbone, right above your heart, into your shoulders? And your shoulder blades, do they rise and fall with this breath? If they're constricted in any way, just continue to try to breathe in through. And on the exhale, try to release any of that built up tension, if there is any. And just notice this upper extremity of your body and how it sits on top of your sits bone, which is supported from your seat, and how your legs are supported from the ground. And see if you can just allow the vertebrae in your back to stack just a little bit more so that your posture is just a little bit more straight. And now try to take in a deep breath here and see if you can get into some of those difficult places with your breath. Or just notice if your breath does anything different. Keep breathing and follow your awareness spear down through your arms, your biceps and your triceps, down into your elbows, down to your forearm. It wraps maybe around the forearm down to the wrist, down to the palms of your hand, to your fingertips. Notice the bones inside your fingertip. Notice any muscle or skin. Try to pay attention to how that skin is webbed in between each finger. Try to bring your attention up towards your nails and gently just try to bring awareness there. Wrap that awareness back around so that it starts to travel back up around the wrists, the forearms to the elbows. Notice the full arm in space on your right side and then your left. Continue to breathe as you allow your energy awareness to come up through the neck body. In this area, notice that you have a front of the neck and a back of the neck. You have an inside to your neck and an outside. The back of the neck travels up towards the head. Can you please be quiet? I'm doing something. Continue to allow the awareness to travel up towards the back of the head, vertebrae by vertebrae, to the top head of the body. Notice the throat as it comes up through to the tongue. Try to drop the palate of the tongue away from the top of the mouth. See if you can allow your jaw to be loose. Notice tooth by tooth. Notice the interior and the exterior of your lips. Take a deep inhale in and just see if you can feel that breath come down through the throat body. Down through your chest, into your belly, to your hips, to your thighs, to your knees, to your ankles, to the soles of your feet, and allow it to travel back up again on the exhale, from your feet to your knees, to your thighs, to your hips, your back, your upper back, your chest, and out through, up through your throat and out through your mouth. Inhale and breathe in through the nose and just see if you can feel the nasal cavity in this area. And what does that feel like? Just take notice to any of your physical sensations. Maybe you have a stuffy nose, or maybe your nose is completely open and available for air. Try not to judge it either way as a yes or a no, or a liking or a disliking. Just simply allow it to be what it is. Bring awareness to your cheeks. Recognize that you have an interior and exterior to your cheek. Come up towards your eyes, your under eye area, the crevices of the inner left eye and the inner right eye. See if you can bring awareness right to this center point on your face. Then allow the energy to come out to the outer eye, around the temple, up through the forehead. And try to just see if you can bring that energy and awareness up to the crown of your head. Here, take a few moments to just feel your hair in this space as it lays on your head and falls maybe around your face area, down your back. Try not to move it or adjust it. Try not to bring up any judgments about it that come to mind. And thoughts can be in the form of visual or words or movies or so many other different ways. Just recognize that all of these are thoughts, and now's the moment to gently bring yourself back to awareness. And welcome this awareness. And just notice that anytime you become aware that your thoughts have drifted off and you bring yourself back, that is a form of awareness too, and something to celebrate. See if you can just use that as an opportunity to celebrate every time you bring yourself back to your breath and bring yourself back to your awareness here in the present moment. And take a few more breaths in and out. See if you can breathe through the full body. Bring the full body into your observation here, into the present moment. And take about 15 to 20 cycles of breath. Just being one with whatever is taking place in your environment. Your full body being in this space. Your mind being centered in on your breath and awareness of your body being in this space. Notice any sounds or sensations that come up through your different senses. You have touch, taste, hearing. If your eyes are open, you have maybe a visual representation of your environment around you. But even with your eyes closed, you can still see the backs of your eyes. Continue to breathe and see if any smells come to mind. If your window's open, maybe you smell the dew of the grass. Or depending on the season, maybe you smell the rain, or somehow you smell sunshine, or the snow in the winter. And if you're like the Northeast, maybe you're experiencing all of these seasons in one day. Continue to breathe. Continue with your cycles of breath. Keep breathing. Try to stay within this present moment. Remember, you can always bring yourself back to breath as your anchor. Take about 4 or 5 more full breaths in and out. And then slowly start to just try to bring your full body's awareness into this present moment in a way that maybe you haven't done before. Try to feel that awareness sphere maybe taking over the full body, allowing it to just be completely within that sphere of energy and light. You can also just try to bring awareness from the crown of your head to the tip of your toes and try to see if you can sense everything in between. Slowly, you can allow a little bit of light to seep into the eyes as we start to prepare to continue on with our day and proceed with our day. I'm going to ring the singing bowl as a way for us to conclude. And remember, you can take this practice with you at any part in your day. And if you don't want to take any of this practice with you, you absolutely don't have to either. But you can always just come back to the breath at any moment that you need it.